He did not go up the hill for 4 days. That is the whole of it. There is no scene. He did not smash anything, and he did not cry, and he did not say anything memorable. He got up at 11. He ate about a third of what Isla left. He sat in the front room in his coat, with the dog on his feet, and looked at the wall, and at some point in the afternoon it got dark, and then it was the next day. On the 4th day she came in at 7:30 in the morning, put the ledger on the table in front of him, sat down opposite, and did not offer him a single kind word.
How many did he spend finding that out?
What?
The old man. How many did he open?
9,500.
Say the number.
9,471.
Right. And you're on the floor at 1.
That's not fair.
It's not meant to be fair, it's meant to be true. He did that for 41 years, on his own, with nobody to say a word to about it. And he came down that hill 9,000 times and sat in that chair and put the wireless off. And you've done it once, with me sat next to you, and you've had 4 days. That's not a failing, that's just the size of it.
I killed her.
No. No. Listen to me, because I've had 4 days as well, and I've been getting this sentence right. She was like that in 1986. She was like that in 1991, when he checked her again. She was like that in 1770, and she was like that when your dad was born, and she was like that on Tuesday. You didn't do that to her. You just heard her.
He put his head on the table, and she let him, and she did not put a hand on his back, because she had learned by then that he did not have anywhere to put that. The argument came about an hour later, and it is the only real fight they have all season.
He was a coward.
Careful.
41 years, 600 people he found and confirmed and wrote a W next to, and he put every single one of them back in the wall.
He never woke one person to live. Not one. He woke 9,500 to count them, and he never once woke anybody to keep.
There's a 9-year-old in there he found in 1998, and he closed the book.
And what was he to do with her, Ellis? Take her down the hill? To that house? A man on his own at 56 with a boy in Manchester who won't speak to him? Register her with who? Put her in the school at Ardvane with the 6 other Burns? Take her to the doctor at Ullapool and say, what? He'd have had her taken off him inside a fortnight, and then where is she? She's in a hospital in Inverness, being asked what year she thinks it is. He didn't have anywhere to put her. That's not cowardice. That's a man doing sums with no good answer in them.
Then what's different now?
I am. He was on his own for 41 years. You've been here 5 weeks, then you've got me.
And that is the entire difference between Domhnall Mackay and Ellis Mackay. And it is not courage, and it is not youth, and it is not anything either of them earned. It is one 19-year-old who came up the track anyway. He read the book properly, all of it, both passes. 6 days, at the kitchen table, with a ruler and 3 colours of biro and a stack of index cards, cross-referencing every address against every other appearance of that address anywhere in 240 pages. Because the old man rechecked constantly, he went back to the same addresses in 89 and 94 and 2003 and he wrote each check where he happened to be in the book, and he never once went back to amend an earlier line.
He wasn't keeping a record, he was keeping a diary. It's a diary of 9,500 mornings, and I've been reading it like a database.
On the 6th day, he had a clean list. 791 entries marked W somewhere in the book. Of those, 187 were rechecked later and downgraded to P or to F or ruled through entirely.
604. There's 604 whole people in that wall.
And I've got 25.
He did not choose the second one alone. That was the other thing that came out of those 4 days. They sat at the table on the 23rd of November with the index cards spread out, and they went from 604 to 40, and from 40 to 9, and from 9 to 2, and then they stopped.
Right. 2.
2.
Say them out loud, both of them, properly, not the numbers, the people.
Entry 406.
Checked in 1998 and again in 2009 and again in 2019. W every time. 3 checks over 21 years. The most rechecked entry in the entire book.
He never once stopped going back to her. Name's Tur. He's got it 3 ways. In the margin, in pencil, in the outermost 3 millimeters of the page, he's written a 9. Entry 1192. Checked in 2004. W. Never rechecked, which for him means he was certain. Age in the margin is 40-something, he smudged it.
And in the 5th column, which he only used 11 times in 240 pages, he's written 3 words.
Ken's the machine.
One of them is a child who has been waited on for 27 years by a man who is now dead. The other one might know how any of this works, and how long the light lasts, and whether there is a way to make it last longer. And if there is, then everybody on that short list lives. He has 25. He gets one of them tonight.
Ho, and the long one. Ho, and the long one. Hold, and away with her. Hold, and away with her. Home.